So here's a question for you. Can you actually borrow brain rot? Today, we're diving into a really bizarre online social experiment that tries to figure that out. We're going to break down what happens when someone tries to trade something that doesn't even technically exist. But okay, first things first. We got to ask, what is brain rot? You've probably seen this term floating around online, but what's it all about? Getting this down is pretty much key to understanding the wild story we're about to get into. All right, so here's the working definition. Brain rot is basically internet slang for content that is so low quality, so completely nonsensical, it feels like it's actively making you dumber. You know, think of the most chaotic memes, the weirdest inside jokes you can possibly imagine. Yep, that's the world we're stepping into. Now that we're all on the same page, it's time for a little field research. Let's head out into the digital wilds, to the one place you'd expect to find this kind of thing thriving, a Roblox server. This is where our whole experiment goes down. And that brings us to section 1. Our protagonist logs into the server. They have one very specific goal in mind, and they decide to just announce it to everyone. The stage is officially set for things to get weird. And this is how it all kicks off. Not with any kind of subtlety, but with a big, bold announcement. Our narrator just flat out states their purpose with this kind of clinical tone. Hey guys, today we will be doing a social experiment. It's so important that they framed it this way. This isn't just a random prank, you see. This is science. So, the quest begins. And as you might guess, finding someone willing to participate in this bizarre transaction isn't exactly easy. The first few attempts are met with, well, a whole lot of confusion. Yeah, these initial tries are a total bust. The first person gives this direct rejection, though I'm not totally sure what brainrotic is. The second attempt, though, it just goes completely off the rails into absurdity. The target, Jackson, replies with the absolute non sequitur, maybe this bacon can help me. What? We are already deep in brain rot territory, folks. Just when you're thinking this can't get any stranger, the experiment takes a hard left turn. Which brings us to section 3, an unforeseen barter. The original mission is suddenly, and for no clear reason, completely derailed. So get this. Our researcher gets completely sidetracked by a totally new problem. Someone's microphone quality. Seriously, the whole borrow brain rot mission is put on pause to deal with this pressing audio emergency. The focus just completely shifts, which tells you everything you need to know about how chaotic these online spaces can be. And this breakdown just perfectly captures the total collapse of a logical conversation. Step 1, a proposal. Can we trade? Okay, fine. Step 2, the absolutely baffling offer. We have pizza. And the result, step 3, is just pure, beautiful confusion. Huh? What are you saying, Capua? Yup, communication has officially left the building. But then, a breakthrough. In section 4, we see a complete change in strategy. After all the chaos and the weird barter negotiations, our protagonist tries something new, something almost way too simple. Take a look at this. It's almost the exact same request as before, but with 2 tiny little additions. Hey, hi. That's it. A simple, polite greeting. Could that really be the secret key to this whole thing? And there it is, the one-word answer that changes everything. Sure. After all the confusion, the rejections, the tangents about bad mics and pizza, the whole quest ends with a simple, unbelievable yes. And our experimenter is just as shocked as we are. Their reaction says it all. That was surprisingly easy. It's like this super complex social riddle was just solved with the most basic tool in the human interaction toolkit. So the takeaway here seems to be pretty simple, right? A little lesson in manners. The moral of the story appears to be that all it really took was just asking nicely. The experiment is a success. The brain rot has been borrowed. Case closed. Or is it? Because this is where our story takes its final dramatic turn. Welcome to section 5, the chaotic aftermath. The transaction might be done, but the social experiment is far, far from over. In fact, the real chaos is just getting started. The person who lent the brain rot signs off with a cheerful, "Bye, have a great time." And that right there is the moment the fuse is lit. The quiet, successful little deal is over, and now the public consequences are about to erupt. And bam, the server just explodes. It's a wave of pure, visceral rejection from everyone else. Just a chorus of no, 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 and hell no, man. The other players are clearly not okay with what just happened. And this right here is the real lesson. It was never about politeness. A user lays down the unwritten, unspoken law of this server. If you wasn't invited, don't ask. Our protagonist didn't solve a riddle. They broke a sacred social rule, and now the community is coming to enforce it. The panic just hits an absolute fever pitch. With no real authority around, players start spamming pleas for help from the Roblox police, who, don't exist. The social order has completely imploded into pure panic. And this is the escape. Our protagonist is on the run, and the only thing left is this wall of sensory overload. Just heat, an overwhelming blast of pure, unfiltered chaos as the server just collapses in on itself. Which brings us to our final thought here. After that whole journey, was brain rot ever really the thing being borrowed? Or maybe, was the real brain rot the nonsensical, illogical, and utterly chaotic experience we all just witnessed? It kind of makes you think, doesn't it?